Hi, Taurus rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast starting on the 12th of April until the 20th of April. This week is all about the internal revolution for you. While the world sees them as maybe steady and grounded, there is a massive amount of activity happening in your 12th house, which is the house of subconscious and endings. As well as you've got activations going on in your first house, which is yourself and appearance. So 12th house is all about clearing things out, and your first house is about personal breakthroughs. So Taurus rising, I think welcome to one of the most behind the scenes intense week of the year. While everyone is running around, maybe you are doing a bit of a massive internal recalibration. We have a cluster of planets in your 12th house, meaning your dreams, your intuition, and your subconscious are speaking louder than ever. By the way, if you would like to study astrology with me, I've got this new 55-week long predictive course going on. So you might want to check that out on my website. I'm teaching you 25 plus timing techniques so you can master reading the future with me. But this week is about a great release. So before you can step into that new season, you have to let go of the ghosts those ghosts in the machine. What are your ghosts? Do let me know in the chat box below. But Mars is meeting up Neptune in your 12th house, and this is about it. This is not about an outward aggression. This is about internal dissolving. So you might feel a bit ungrounded or even sleepy. This is the universe telling you to stop pushing. Your warrior energy is being directed inward to heal an old wound, or even a secret fear. Pay attention to your dreams tonight as well on the 13th. They aren't just random images, they are blueprints. If a project feels foggy, don't force a decision. The fog is there to protect you while you kind of recalibrate. We do have got the beautiful Venus and Jupiter sextile as well. Venus is in rulership while Jupiter is in exaltation. So, and that's important because Venus is you in the first house, the house of self, looking beautiful, feeling strong. And she is talking to Jupiter in your third house. So, this is fantastic for your voice. You might get a message, an email, a good piece of news, or have a conversation with a sibling, a neighbor, a relative of yours that brings a huge sense of relief or even abundance. Maybe it's just a positive feedback. Maybe it's about you finding your grounded voice and people are going to start listening to you. Now, Uranus is on 29 degree as well and meeting up Mercury by a sextile. That's happening on the 14th. And Uranus has been in your first house for years, changing who you are, getting you out of your comfort zone. And this is the final breakthrough. You might suddenly decide to change your look, your name, your entire life direction, kind of like in a split second. And the realization about your social circle finally clicks or your long-term goals. You realize who your true friends are, and you are ready to potentially maybe move towards that new dream of yours. We have got that Aries new moon as well on the 16th or the 17th in your 12th house. And this is a very private reset. So it's a perfect day to start a meditation practice, go on a retreat, or finally close the door on a habit that has been draining you. It's a bit of a quiet launch. Now, for my Taurus rising members, I have done a special video on how this 12th house new moon is prepping you for when these planets eventually hit your first house because it's an incubation phase for you. So you can find a deep dive on my website or right here in my membership tab. You might want to be breaking that down. I'm going to talk to each sign for about a good 12 to 15 minutes so that you can really have an understanding of the April energy. But this is only available for my members. Also, Mercury, Saturn, Pluto are connecting as well. So Mercury meets Saturn in your 12th house, and this is about mental discipline. Now you are taking those spiritual insights and turning them into a structured psychological practice. It's also a time when your private work could kind of influence your career as well in a very powerful way. Maybe you are just contemplating on changing jobs or you are working kind of like in the dark so that you can shine later on when all these first house energies are going to take place for you. Very important conjunction this week is the Juno-Pluto conjunction because it's going to be happening 3 times. It's in your 10th house, the house of career and reputation. This is huge. You are entering a power contract. Maybe it's about you signing that contractual agreement for this business, office, or a new job. It's the first of 3 passes, so a new boss, a new title, or a major professional commitment is beginning to take shape, but it might get slowed down a little bit later on, though. Taurus rising sign, trust the silence this week. Your strength is growing in the shadows. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what are you finally letting go during this new moon. What's interesting about this new moon is a new beginning, but the 12th house is about endings as well. I think keep everything a bit soothed but firm this week because you are dealing with a lot of 12th house energy. It can feel very overwhelming. So emphasize on the fact that your ruler is kind of like giving you that home court advantage and the grace to handle the shift. So good luck, Taurus, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.